Marc Marquez crushes Bagnaia's dreams at Mugello as Ducati fans left fuming. Mugello, Italy. The 2025 Italian MotoGP at Mugello was supposed to be Francesco Pecco Bagnaia's grand homecoming triumph. Instead, it descended into chaos as Ducati's golden boy was ruthlessly overshadowed by none other than Marc Marquez and his brother Alex, turning Mugello into a battleground and leaving the passionate Italian crowd stunned and furious. Bagnaia burst into the lead off the start, pushing past Marc Marquez and igniting hopes that he'd reclaim Mugello for the Tifosi. But any illusions of a glorious victory crumbled after just 6 laps. From then on, the Marquez brothers imposed their will, carving up the race like they owned the track, leaving Bagnaia looking more and more powerless. By the 8th lap, Marc had hunted Bagnaia down and seized the lead like a predator, never looking back. Every time Bagnaia fought to respond, the Marquez brothers counterattacked without mercy, treating him like an obstacle rather than a rival. Marc cruised to his 5th win of the season, while Alex secured a commanding 2nd, silencing anyone who doubted that they could own Mugello. 2. To add insult to injury, Bagnaia was dramatically overtaken by Fabio Di Giannantonio in the dying moments before lap 22, sending him tumbling off the podium entirely into a bitter 4th-place finish. Ducati's star looked shattered as Marco Bezzecchi crossed the line in 5th, but all eyes were on the Marquez brothers, who had stolen the show. The Mugello crowd, expecting a home hero, was left disappointed, and the Ducati camp was left to pick up the pieces after what can only be called a humiliating defeat.
Bagnaia disappointed after failing to beat the Marquez brothers at Mugello Sprint 2025. Marc names Alex as his biggest rival. Mugello, Italy. Francesco Pecco Bagnaia had hoped to give his home crowd a reason to celebrate at the 2025 Italian Grand Prix Sprint, but instead, the Ducati Lenovo star was left bitterly disappointed. Despite all his efforts, Bagnaia could only manage a 3rd-place finish at Mugello, watching helplessly as the Marquez brothers, Marc and Alex, took control of the sprint race and crossed the line ahead of him. In front of the passionate Italian fans who had hoped to see their hero prevail, Bagnaia surged into the lead after Marc Marquez stumbled in the opening lap. The roar of the grandstands fueled him, and victory seemed within reach, until the Marquez brothers struck back. From the 2nd lap onward, both Marc and Alex charged past Bagnaia, who simply couldn't match their blistering pace. Honestly, I'm a bit disappointed because I really wanted to give my fans more, Bagnaia told Crash after the race. But Marc and Alex were faster. I tried my best to close the gap every lap, but my front tire wore out too quickly. That's been my issue all season. I need to improve and find solutions. We're already halfway through the year, and I'm still dealing with the same problems, he added. Bagnaia also noted that his times were slower than last year's Mugello Sprint, an especially frustrating setback for the Italian rider. It's disappointing because I'm the only one going slower compared to last year's sprint when I won here, Bagnaia lamented. The Italian now sits 3rd in the 2025 MotoGP standings with 147 points, well behind Alex Marquez, 210 points, and championship leader Marc Marquez, who extended his lead with a total of 245 points. Marc Marquez shines and praises Alex as his biggest threat for the title. While Bagnaia was left licking his wounds, Marc Marquez was riding high. The Gresini Ducati star dominated the sprint at Mugello and openly admitted that his most dangerous rival this year isn't Bagnaia, it's his younger brother Alex. Of course, I have to give credit to Alex. He was incredible in the sprint, Marc told Motosin on Sunday. He knows this circuit so well. This is his playground. All the Gresini guys joked about how Aragon is Alex's backyard, so I told them I'd pay him back here, Marc quipped. That light-hearted jab came with a profound message as Marc acknowledged Alex's status as his primary threat in the title chase. He's my brother, but right now he's also my biggest rival. It's race 9, and Alex is right there. He's proven to be the most consistent and competitive rider behind me, Marc said. Of all the riders on the grid, Alex is the one pushing me the hardest for the championship, he concluded. The Italian Grand Prix sprint at Mugello was a dramatic turning point in the 2025 MotoGP season. Pecco Bagnaia failed to rise to the occasion on home soil, while the Marquez brothers stamped their authority on the weekend. Marc Marquez continues to stretch his lead at the top of the standings, and his younger brother Alex is making a serious case as the most formidable challenger. With the season reaching its halfway mark, fans can expect even fiercer battles as the Marquez brothers aim to keep Bagnaia at bay and fight each other all the way to the title.